Alrighty, guys, we are back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have DJ Akademiks warning Drake yet again to not say Kendrick Lamar's name anymore, advising him to go the J route and just to sub him, to not give him any attention. Drake has been doing just that, habitually line stepping, and actually it's made him look even worse, further painting him as bitter and salty about the dismantling he received at the hands of Kendrick Lamar. And no matter how many times the cult of the OVOites want to claim it's Kendrick using Drake's name for attention, it couldn't be any more the exact opposite when you have Drake using the beef and Kendrick as a main driving force in his Iceman rollout. So who's really using who for attention? This beef and rap war was decided a long while ago, but Drake seems to keep wanting to reignite the fire to an already smoldering corpse to an even crispier state. It's just sad seeing him subbing at this point. It seems super soft, and after what went down last year, he should just feed the fans you still have, because you're not going to convince anyone else to change their perception. He's got to stop calling out people that he felt wronged him just because they vibe to somebody else's music. And guys, how is a judge supposed to actually believe he's in fear of his life when he's the one that's still throwing jabs? So enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the video where we have DJ Akademiks warning Drake to not say Kendrick Lamar's name anymore, advising him to go the Jay-Z route and just to sub him, to not give him any attention, which makes no sense at all, because that would mean that you're giving him attention. Even Ak admits last time Drake mentioned Kendrick's name, it ended up disastrous for him. And I guess we also have What's the Dirt, yet another culture vulture.
Talk about them. They want you to give them a second year that he could go back to the Super Bowl and win some more Grammys. Because, like, come on, don't do it.
Ak, coming from a person that at one point was proclaiming Kendrick Lamar to be the best rapper out there, with number 2 being a very distant thing, all his albums are classics, you very well know that he doesn't need to name anybody to get accolades. Even pre-beef, he was like top Grammy receiving rapper of all time. So this narrative that Kendrick Lamar needs Drake was never the case when Kendrick has been premier for a very long time. The man had already broke the record for highest grossing rap tour ever. So again, I'm going to use my favorite word. This is erroneous as well.
Don't do it. The way, again, you say fuck the battle and you win the war. The war, it's time for the war to be determined. Fuck
the war has already been determined, guys.
Battle, win the war. The way you win the war is going to be this. You win the war by everybody who claimed you were done. You show them that you were just getting started in your new peak.
New peak, I wouldn't go that far. I don't think anyone ever said that Drake was completely done, that he wasn't going to stream, that he wasn't going to be able to do shows. Now, the question actually was, is Drake going to be a man of his word and be a professional and actually do the shows that he's promising these people to? Because when people go and they buy tickets and they buy flights and accommodations, these superstars don't realize that it's not as easy for these fans to take time off work. This is stuff that has to be pre-planned out. And flights, usually, I don't really see too many people buying the insurance on them, so they still get saddled with that. So these guys got to stop talking about war and start talking about making their fans happy.
Start rapping more inspired than you have in years. You get back on your shit and you drop a fucking classic.
Ak himself said that Drake never had a classic album either. So if we were to believe what he said before and actually stood on, then it would be his first classic.
You don't mention these guys by names no more. Well, you could mention like A$AP Rocky and him, because what is Rocky going to do? I love you, Rocky, but what are you going to do, right? But leave Kendrick alone. I'm saying it out of a place of fear. I'm saying it out of a place of we have to understand what is actually smart. What's actually smart is not for you to still be attacking a guy who uses your energy to catapult his.
Degenerate buffoon.
When you talk about Kendrick, you gotta just say a hater. That's it. No more directed bars like you like, yo, you switched on the guys and you supported a hater. That's it. That's all he gets.
Coming from a person that's probably been the biggest hater behind the scenes, allegedly. It's not like he hasn't iced out a bunch of people. I saw one person even talk about, yeah, Drake is the type of guy that he doesn't care who it is or if he even has beef with you. If he walks into the bank and he sees that the bank teller has a picture of his wife and she's hot, Drake is the type of person to try to go and pursue that. Allegedly anyway. So for a guy that says he made it by not being a snake, the math ain't mathin'. In Academics, anyone with a brain would have advised Drake to just move on. He's done everything but that, and that's what's done the most tarnishing to his reputation.
You just call him a hater, or you just call him a bitch. That's it. You don't give him no more credit that everybody could be like, ooh, Kendrick, are you responding? They what? Fuck that. That shit's over.
Kendrick hasn't said one word about this. The guy has been having sellout shows and performing in front of some very excited crowds all around the world, while Drake is obviously canceling shows. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is thinking about any of these super weak subs.
You don't do that again. You gotta let niggas earn their keep.
This is crazy.
You let niggas earn their keep.
He's talking about probably one of the most accomplished rappers there ever was. Who else has 25 Grammys, a Pulitzer Prize, Diamond Records, and a plethora of other accolades?
I'm telling you, Jay-Z, he might be a lot of things, but he had the right formula when he was subliminally barring niggas to death and didn't just give them stimulus packages by just naming them. You know the game wanted him to name drop him, right? You know Jim Jones wanted him to name drop him, right? There's so many people.
But the thing is, Jay didn't also go and sue somebody because he lost a beef. After that Nas beef, he didn't go on a run where he was just embarrassing himself for over a year. So this is definitely apples and oranges. I don't think you can put these two situations together and correlate them. Jay-Z acted like a professional, even though behind the scenes he has allegedly done some things of his own. But Drake has been anything but professional.
That wanted Jay at his height to just pass the clout over by basically saying, hey, I'm in a rap battle with this guy who was pretty much undeserving. Jayceon Taylor, the game was smoking hot at that time. But he wasn't on Jay-Z level.
Also, you don't want to go into battle against somebody that really doesn't know when it's time to quit. The game is going to give you 500 bars in running, apologize, and then give you another 300 bars. Apologize again, you guys squash it, and he's going to dish you in another year when the guy needs some clout, which is sad because the dude is a talented rapper. He does have a classic album under his belt, but he's really alienated and burned a lot of bridges with the way he moves.
He wanted Jay-Z to engage. Keep inching to danger zone.
Too.
You gonna make that boy Hov put your name in the song. If you that hungry for fame, motherfucker, come on. Say when. Take 10 paces in the sand. But on another note, about to take another vacation. Yo, listen, you gotta, yo, Drake, you gotta get back on you gotta listen to Hov. Get on your dead summer shit. No more mentioning these niggas' names. These guys are waste men. Straight up.
Calling Kendrick Lamar a waste man is wild. While you can say it about a bunch of other people, how can you really say that about a person who's already broken the type of records he's broken? I mean, his most successful album is still Damn, right? Which occurred way before any of this beef stuff ever happened. At this point, the cults of the OVO Heights are obviously moving with no facts involved at all, and they're just yapping just to yap because these situations couldn't be any more different. While Drake could have easily just took the L, yeah, you got your ass kicked, people are going to have their jokes, but what he did after is what really tarnished his reputation and really tanked his stock. Drake has literally been blaming everyone else, whether it's Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, and Rock Nation, instead of just looking in the mirror and be like, hey, what did I do to put myself in this situation? Because there's a reason why no one has spoken up to defend him other than Thug and people that obviously need him for that feature. Which obviously seems like it's not the guarantee it once was when he can't even get to that #1 spot. And when he does get close and gets like a #2 or a #3, it fades away as quickly as it came on.
Look how Jay does barred niggas up. There's some, I know you gonna miss me. Before we been together like Nike ears and
Now this record is fire.
Christie's S. Dot with a polo fleeces, purple label shit with a logo secret. Give me a couple years and I might just sneak in a couple words and like peaches and herbs. We'll be reunited and it feels so hood. Have the whole world saying, how you still so good? Well, I do this in my slumber, summer. I ain't none of these half-ass newcomers. You know I do. Summer, I drop heat when you bring the sun up. The combo make niggas act up. I pick the gun up. Niggas back up. They know I'm not no fronter. I don't talk shit. I just flip it on ya. Sorry, Lance. I'm just trying to advance my quotes. You see the on Rivera reference?
Rivera, yeah.
But I ain't make you the butt of my jokes, but let not stray from what I came to say to my beloved. Think we need some time away. They say if you love it, you should let it out of its cage and fuck it if it comes back. You know it's here to stay. It's tugging at my heart, but this time apart is needed. from the public.
Yeah, man. The Pulitzer didn't go to Jay, though. It went to Kendrick Lamar. Obviously, Jay-Z is way more calculated than Drake. Drake likes to cosplay as some type of mob boss, but honestly, that's not really him. Usually when people are playing a role for that long, they do tend to start believing that that's who they really are, and it's not just some character that you came up with. But Drake, we all remember who you truly are. And for those that don't, you just wasn't outside to experience it. Jay and Drake are in two different realms mentally, and it's obvious to see.
But you know me, thugging to the casket dips. But it still shine light on all my peers. I know they weird, some of them queer. But I still want them to share in all the success that I received. I know they can't believe I still love them, but they don't love me. They're like the drunk uncle in your family. You know they lame, but you feel ashamed, but you still love them the same. Yo, he's barring these niggas up. They were probably on the block in front of the boat. They can, nah, Jay talking about me. Nah, he's talking about me.
The same way Act thinks people are talking about him when they're not even mentioning his name at all. But again, these two rappers move very, very differently. And that's also why Jay-Z is where he's at now in his career.
That one, nah, that song was for me. No, it wasn't. Shut your bitch ass up. But it's like when niggas make subliminal records. If it ain't, this was the irony of the whole thing. This was the biggest subliminal record. It's like when niggas make subliminal records, if it ain't directly to me, I don't respect it.
Jay doesn't respect the very strategy that Akademiks is trying to implement for Drake or wanting Drake to implement. You don't respect these subs, so why would you go and say keep subbing the dude? Subbing the dude, especially after you had that direct rap beef, it's going to look super soft. It's going to look like you're salty, and honestly, like I said, how is the judge supposed to believe that you're scared when you keep referring to the dude and the beef?
You don't really want to hold for the record. I put a couple careers on hold. You could be next, kid.
And allegedly, he still does that to this day.
Keep inching in the danger zone. You're going to make that boy hold, put your name in the song. If you're that hungry for fame, motherfucker, come on. Say when. Just say 10 paces and spin.
Jay-Z was barring dudes off the top. That's what makes the bars even crazier. But it did inspire a lot of people that maybe should be writing to go now and just punch in line after line where nothing is actually coherent and really doesn't make sense as a whole. When Jay-Z was doing it, he wasn't just punching in a bar for bar, which is what people do now.
But on another note, about to take another vacay, another boat. Goddamn, a motherfucker wrote.
Something Drake should have probably did and just took a little break.
His way out the hood. Oh, my God.
This song is literally just going against the advice that Ak is giving now.
Niggas can't fuck with me. I'm in a good mood. You lucky. I got a good groove. And I ain't trying to fuck my thing up. But I will lay down a couple green bucks to get you cleaned up. Non-Pulp Fiction. Colt 4/5. Come on, man. Yo. Come on, man.
It's like I said, you can't unlame a lame. When you have somebody lame reciting these lyrics, they take a little bit of the luster off.
Come on, man. And then, when he had to get that Beanie Siegel, I ain't gonna lie. Now, was it Beans? He did Beans dirty, too. He did Beans dirty. There was Blueprint 3. He did Beans dirty. Yo, Drake, don't listen to nobody. Listen to my advice. Never say these niggas' names again, bro. Listen.
He wants them to go and sub them and do exactly what Jay-Z called corny.
If they gonna say
advice from a corny dude.
You don't win no battles, or you won all your battles, or you 1 and 2, who gives a fuck? You the biggest. Fuck these niggas. You get what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? The streaming numbers, I've been seeing that Drake has like a slight lead over Kendrick Lamar. But if you look at the sheer amount of songs that Drake has, the guy has almost double the songs. So you would think that gap would be a lot larger than it really is. And even then, Kendrick Lamar still has been dominating streaming.
They can't make headlines without you. Even when they say you lost, they got to talk about you. Fuck them. What we talking about? You see, that's what...
Remember, guys, Kendrick hasn't said one thing about Drake since the beef.
Jay-Z was on. What we talking about? This is what Jay-Z was on his later part of his career, because he realized clout chasers and niggas that wanted his spot was just dissing him left and right. What we talked to... Listen, you got to listen to these lyrics.
Simmer down, Ak.
Man, hold on. Right here. Right here. No. Is it what we talking about? Nah. It's not what we talking about. What is it? What's the name of that song? It'd be like, yo, I could have killed a couple rappers. Like, I love when he had bar niggas up. See, Kendrick even used it.
It's funny that Kendrick pulls up. He's the one that's been using the strategy that you're supposed to be using. And Akademiks is realizing that in real time.
That line. I could have killed a couple. Oh, thank you. It's
Blueprint 3.
Jay-Z. Barred them niggas up. Jay-Z wasn't giving no nigga no clout. Listen to what that nigga Jay said. I think it was the third verse. So I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. I was going to do it with the flow, but they did it with the sales. I was going to 9/11 them, but they didn't need the help, and they did a good job. Them boys is talented as hell. Because not.
It's funny. He's pointing out sales when GNX is still like the biggest selling album of the year, an album that came out last year. So Ak is just contradicting himself and obviously not letting facts dictate his narrative.
Not only did they break, they put up a building as well. They ran a plane into the building, and when that building fell, ran to the crash site with no mask and inhaled toxins deep inside their lungs until both of them was filled, blew a cloud out like a L into a Jordan, took a smell, because they heard the secondhand smoke kills. Niggas thought they was ill, found out they was ill, and it's like you know exactly how I wanted you to feel. Body niggas.
This guy must hate Drake deep down, man.
Body
hey, take
niggas.
this really bad strategy.
Body niggas.
At this point, Akademiks wants Kendrick Lamar to kick the corpse.
Yo, he was giving niggas subliminals, even on Lost One. I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hove. Made Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. Niggas wasn't playing.
Does he not realize that hip-hop is full of hyperbolic statements and stuff like this? And these J bars are braggadocious, while these Drake bars have obviously just seemed bitter and salty.
They
It's two different tones.
So we parted ways like Ben and J-Lo. I should have been did it.
And how many times have they parted ways?
But I've been in the days, though, I put friends over business. End of the day, though. But when friends' business interests is day glow, ain't nothing left to say, though. Guess what we forgot what we came for. Should have stayed in food and beverage. Too much flossing. Too much Sam Rothstein. I ain't a bitch, but I gotta divorce them. This is what he was talking about. I gotta split this Rockefeller shit, man. Dame, go over there, nigga.
Jay wasn't the only one to have this type of situation. This happened to G-Unit and a plethora of other groups. At the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink. A lot of times these rappers will put on people, but the people they put on aren't as hungry as them because they kind of got an alley-oop.
Go get your teeth back. No, I'm playing. Damn, I love you. And I ain't even want to be famous, but niggas is brainless to necessarily go through these changes. And I ain't even know how they came to this, except that fame is the worst drug known to man. It's stronger than.
And that's what Drake is going through. He's addicted to the fame, and he's trying to do whatever to turn the page back. But it's too late for that, man.
Heroin, where you could look in the mirror like, there I am, and still not see what you become. I know I'm guilty of it too, but just not like them. Oh, my God. Jay was going crazy. Jay went so crazy. Beanie Siegel was losing his mind. Beanie Siegel, Charlemagne. That's when Charlemagne got fired, too.
Obviously, Akademiks is giving trash advice to Drake. Don't even sub, fam, because what Jay was doing was a lot different than what Drake is doing right now. All that Drake has been doing is just crying about the beef and then the so-called friends that abandoned him. But I don't think Drake understands the concept of what a friend is. And when you have been famous that long, you're going to get a lot of people that just surround themselves around you because of what you can do for them. And when you can't do anything for them, they let their true feelings be known. We never really liked you. We know you've been doing us dirty. And yeah, now you're not useful for us, so we're not going to stick up for you. Because if people did feel like Drake did so much for them, you would think that they would be a lot more grateful and actually be vocal about the situation, which they obviously wasn't. And it's not like Drake hasn't had the vulture tag be associated with his name over the course of his career. I don't think people realize that when these big artists, the artists with the big platform, do the records with the lesser known artists, they're not just doing it totally from the kindness of their heart. They see the momentum that these up and coming acts have. And the Migos were going to be the Migos, whether Drake featured on the record or not. Drake discards them, which is something that a lot of people have said about Drake. The guy's only returning your call when you're hot. So Drake, honestly, you've been moving atrocious. Your whole Iceman rollout has been centered about Kendrick Lamar, even if you're subbing him, and people like LeBron James, who can't even rap back at you. You're getting mad because somebody is vibing to a song. It's not like LeBron hasn't vibed to a ton of your records over the course of your career. So yeah, man, you're just being bitter. And if he didn't like you before, he definitely doesn't like you now. You have alienated most of the people in the industry because of the way you move, allegedly. So I definitely suggest don't take Ak's advice. At this point, I just think he's trying to torpedo whatever respect you still have left. But stop throwing subs, dude. It's unbecoming. But it's not like Drake hasn't pulled off L move after L move over the past year and a half. So this is definitely on brand for him if he actually does keep doing this. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is using Drake's name for attention at all. The dude has what, 2 to 3 songs from the beef in the set list for the GNX tour, and honestly, amongst like 50 other records. So he's not using Drake's name for anything. The dude was already a premier act, even though his platform has obviously gotten bigger, which is crazy to say given the career he's already had. Drake just has to focus on making the best music he can and try to make his fans happy. And you're not doing it when you're still being salty and also canceling shows. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with Act? I'm pretty sure you guys don't. But do you guys agree with him advising Drake to just throw subs and not mention Kendrick Lamar? While I agree there, don't mention his name because the boogeyman will come out, even though I feel like Kendrick really has nothing to gain from this at all. Unless Drake says something that for him just crossing the line and is egregious, I don't think he has a reason to say anything to Drake, man. Like I said, at this point, it's like you're kicking a dead corpse. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank y'all so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue to show this channel on a daily is overwhelming and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I definitely want to let you guys know how appreciative I am for all of it. Definitely a big shout out to all those that have been joining the YouTube memberships. A small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way. And a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks. I want to send out specific shout outs to Renee again for sending another monster super thank, and also T-Mac, who has definitely been supporting through multiple super thanks. I want to thank you guys so much for what you guys add to the dialogue. And like I said in my previous video, guys, I am going to do a much better job at making sure anyone that sends super thanks is shouted out. I had a problem trying to gather the past ones, so it's going to be something that happens going forward. But I'm definitely looking forward to your takes on this topic. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And Akademiks has to give probably the worst advice known to man. If you want to come out unscathed, just do the opposite of what he advises.